Okay, so our last topic for this chapter is going to be about two different types of mixtures called suspensions and colloids. Okay, so a suspension and both suspensions and colloids actually are both types of mixtures where you have some kind of substance that is not soluble in another substance, but it creates a mixture itself. So it doesn't dissolve like salt would in water, but you're still creating a mixture. So a suspension happens when you have particles inside of that mixture or inside of a material, which could be a liquid or gas, that's dispersed throughout, but it doesn't stay dispersed because those particles that are too big, so they settle out, so they fall to the bottom of that mixture. So to get a suspension to stay mixed, you would be able to shake or stir it, but after some time, those particles are going to fall to the bottom. So a good example of this would be a snow globe. You shake a snow globe, it's going to stay mixed for a while, but those particles are going to fall to the bottom. Same with if you would have to have some glitter in a water bottle. If you shake it, you're going to have a nice even mixture. The glitter obviously is not dissolving, it's just a nice mixture throughout, but then it's going to eventually settle out because it's not going to, those particles are too heavy and gravity is going to take over. A colloid, again, remember these are two different things. They're not soluble with each other, but they do create a mixture. So a colloid is the same beginning idea of a suspension, where it's that that mixture where there's no ability to dissolve and the particles are dispersed throughout. But in a colloid, the particles are not heavy enough where they're going to settle at the bottom. They're just going to stay where they're at. So because of this, the particles of a colloid can scatter light. So if you were to shine light through a colloid, the light would not just shine straight through. It would deflect some. But it still cannot, but it cannot be separated like by filtration like the suspension could. The suspension you could run through a strainer. A colloid, it cannot be done because those particles are spread evenly throughout, and they're not going to settle out, so that can't happen. So examples of this would be whipped cream, jello, milk, mayonnaise. Mayonnaise has eggs and other substances in it that they don't dissolve with each other. Those ingredients in mayonnaise, they don't dissolve within each other. They're not soluble, but all the particles hang there evenly, and they're not too heavy to settle out, so it stays looking the way it does. So it's not a nice dissolved substance or dissolved solution, but it does stay mixed evenly throughout.